Sagittarius. We are using the Tarot of Mystical Moments as our primary deck, so you'll get a lot of pictures and gorgeous illustrations at the same time. But let's start off with a fortune cookie oracle and then the moonology card, just to also get us in the right headspace here. Hope everyone's doing well. Sagittarius, happy birthday again. I said happy birthday in the last one. Thank you for all my subscribers. It was a great, successful reading in the past week. So Gemini, congratulations. You're going to get a bonus reading very soon. I will do some extended readings for kind of the most watched signs. The first one is property. A property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transactions. So Sagittarius, you might have some sort of a real estate investment that is either pending, or there could be some changes going on, whether you're selling it. I'm seeing more of a seller than a buyer at this time. But, you know, there could be a lot of things coming up in 2022 that have compelled you to kind of move and diversify your earnings here. So this could be a leveraged property ownership situation where you're taking money out to put in to, you know, cryptocurrency, or starting to pay off some loans, or diversifying your portfolio in a way. So you're investing in other things, but it's seeming like you might be taking it out of a property investment that's been with you. Perhaps you're selling a house, your own house right now, a relocation. These are all tied to the property aspect of things. And it could be a material sense of tying your self-worth to your material concerns as well. So you do need to caution yourself to not feel like you're tied to your assets. Okay, so it's business, it's not personal, but you may be feeling it's more personal. Signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. So there is a lot of anxiousness right now. Maybe they're anticipating, worrying about what any of these investments could yield, or the ramifications of going with a deal or not going with a deal, signing a contract. I would consider you right now, and there's a new moon in Sagittarius, so there should be some issues where if your moon sign is also Sagittarius or fire sign like Leo and Aries, you might want to reconsider your moves, just because there's so many fire in the elemental kind of chart. So just look at your Mercury more. If you have air sign Libra Mercury, or an Aquarian Mercury, just use that as kind of a chart basis. I encourage you to go to like cafeastrology.com or astro.com to chart your own all of your major planets and see what is the influence coming up in the next 2 years. Because right now it's Capricorn. We're going to enter Capricorn season. There is a lot of Earth influence coming up too, and there's still Pluto influences and Saturn influences. And Saturn is in Capricorn. It's its home element. And there could be a sense of stagnancy, or not able to move things around, because there's a lot of responsibility ahead and there is no wiggle room. So encourage you to look through that. Personal riches. Small successes are likely now, and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid getting rich schemes. Yes, so that's just what I was saying, referring to. Your planet is also in Jupiter, and Sagittarians are very lucky in their dealings with business. You're coming across people who are able to provide them with resources and information, but there's still a lot of influx of fake versus real. So you need to be able to distinguish what is causing you to make the move and what are the risks involved. All right, and bottom of the deck was challenges. Take time out from problems or conflicts, or approach softly to avoid making matters worse. Okay, so challenges, I'm seeing more of the lines of family, personal matters here. There could be towing the line of boundaries of others that you're dealing with right now. That could be offering you some general advice that you might not want to take from certain people. So don't let those constraints kind of bind you to your decisions. So don't let other outside influences interfere with your decisions if you're carefully planning ahead. All right, and now we're going to do a money manifestation. Give us for Sagittarius the next 3 months. what is happening in 2022 here. December and on. We have Skull, rough patch, borrowing money, low on cash, career is hospice healer, no work, or reinvention. So for a lot of you right now, this December could be a time where you're not working, just period, not working, or you could just be taking kind of a hiatus because of the holiday season, but seeing that as kind of a reinvention is what they said. So reinvention is kind of a healing time, but also kind of setting yourself up for success and not disappointments. Spiral, out of control, climbing the ladder, upward trend. As far as career is revisiting a job, promotion, and connections. So some of you, Sagittarius, could be in midst of a time where you want to reinvent yourself, but you also are feeling pulled to a past field you were in. And then we pulled property out. So maybe it has to do with real estate. It could be an investment that you're revisiting, something past on at the time, but now you're reconsidering going back to something. So there is a certain amount of looking back at the past here. So we're going to explore that in the tarot reading, but there could be some reconciliation happening as well in your personal life that's causing this change. And then one more here for Sagittarius. What are we seeing here? We have chess, money strategy, wise spending, long game. Career is concerned as military leader, thinking it through. So there's a lot of discipline here. I'm feeling like this is more of like a Hierophant type of energy. There's a long game chess strategy. You have a business strategy. You're open to execute it at the right time. But right now, it seems like you're holding back on something. And that might be just because the opportunity isn't ripened yet and you're looking for a better in. And then we also have in the bottom here along the deck is wings, rising above money issues, business taking off, profit. Excellent. As far as career, it could be spiritual work, life purpose, and mission. So you're looking at loftier goals here, Sagittarius. You have the gift of gab usually, and then also you have a philosophical bent to your endeavors. You might have a higher education goal that you're pursuing. Perhaps some of you are going back to school and getting more certification. I'm seeing some of you might just go back to school full-time to transition your entire career because you need a complete overhaul of your career opportunities, because you're not, a lot of what stems from the Great Resignation right now in our current job climate is just a lot of people want to switch entirely what their career focus was in the past decade. So there could be some of that going on. Numerology, let's take a look. And then we'll do some angel answers, so stay tuned for that. Towards the end of the video, we're going to do more oracle readings. Thank you again for subscribing. If this resonates for you, like and subscribe. Let other people hear as well if they're going through the same situation right now, Sagittarius. Your Sun, Moon, Venus are rising. Some of you have Midhaven or your MC in Sagittarius. You could have partners or family members also that have this influence as well. First Moonology card is last quarter moon in Gemini. Clear your mind. So Gemini is your opposite sign and your polar kind of balancing sign. So it is an air sign, but it also has the duality aspect that you really actually need to harness and empower, because it helps you with a different perspective. Clearing your mind here in the last quarter moon, there's a lot of reflection. This figure here is doing a lot of reflection. So I'm feeling that it's nearing the end of 2021 and entering into the next year. Sagittarius, you're working on yourself. You're doing a lot of spiritual work. You're very pragmatic in the sense where you're still keeping an eye on all of your assets and all of your investments, but you're also doing some inner work here from your next career move, which is really a sense of maturity and foresight. It's actually an incredible sense of foresight here that you have. There's an ability that Sagittarians have that a lot of other signs don't, to kind of see the big picture, seeing the forest for the trees. That saying here. So you need to zero in on some of the details and also not get fixated on just the big picture. Engage in other conversations with others to figure out what is best for you. There's a lot of conversing going on. I'm seeing a lot of people talking at a holiday party, or even contacting your colleagues and mentors to figure out what's the best move for you. So that's why you have the chess game here. We have first quarter moon in Virgo. Assess the situation. Yeah, there's a lot of planning ahead. There's a lot of strategy. You're trying to not get into this rough patch here and no work situation, but there is also I'm feeling a stagnancy of not being able to move as fast or quickly as you want to. But there's a good reason for that, and that's because you're looking more at the larger long-term benefits here. Okay, one more for Sag here, and then we'll get to the tarot reading. And then we have full moon in Sagittarius. See the bigger picture. See, I just called it. Seeing the bigger picture, being able to weigh all the pros and cons together is a huge plus for you right now. Seeing a big picture, this is you, Sagittarius. You're harnessing your archer ability. Your opposite sign is Gemini. You're also harnessing that. It's to see the whole 360. This is a 360 moment for you. This is the whole picture moment. So all of the pieces are coming together here for you in the next year. And I'm seeing this probably by early spring next year, but we'll pull also a tea leaf fortune card for our months here coming down the road. So I'm going to do that towards the end with the angel answers, but this is really good for you. I'm seeing great things coming up. These are large profits to be had and large gains here. Really major changes in your abundance. And this is all because you've earned it. You've put in the work. Your first card, Seven of Pentacles. I mean, come on, it doesn't get better than Seven of Pentacles to start out with. This is currently you right now, tending to the wealth and the assets you have right now. You're sitting on top of a good of work that you've accumulated and a harvest that you've done over the fall, but you're still feeling like you need to keep going. Okay, so there's more to achieve. The Seven of Pentacles situation, we're going to clarify in a minute here. Give us another one for Sag in the recent. This is your current present right now. We have Eight of Cups. So there was a situation which walking away from an employer. I'm seeing from a past employer. This employer may have disappointed you, left you disillusioned in some way. What happened in the recent past for Sagittarius? We have Queen of Swords. Okay, so you really spoke your truth here. The Queen of Swords does not take any bull from anyone, basically. Pardon my language, but yeah, they do not take any bullshit. Libra, Sag, or Libra, Aquarius. I'm seeing possibly even Gemini help you in this decision, or you might have those influences in your chart. The way you resigned or the way you left this position also left a very verbally intense exchange between you and an employer or someone who was involved. It was possibly a legal matter as well that you were concerned about that caused you to, want to cut ties. But seriously, the Queen of Swords is cutting loose all any bad influences here. So there was definitely possibly a rough patch in the way you dealt with this company or job. Not to say you left on bad terms, but it was definitely something you decided out of a moral conscience or a legal issue that you felt that it was not worth your time anymore. And then we have Six of Cups. So there was a lot of family relationships that were affected and a lot of looking back towards the family. Could have been a huge part of your life right now and your life decisions. Let's clarify here. Tell us what we need to know for why is the Seven of Pentacles and Eight of Cups here for Sag at this current time. And also Six it's giving you another chance to reconcile family members that weren't on the same page here. I'm seeing financially you're in a better place with how everyone is pooling their money or putting investments into, considering your partner or your family dynamics here. There's a lot of family reasons for leaving a job or pursuing another career at this time. Okay, we have the Magician. They're manifesting. The Seven of Pentacles is really pointing towards this manifestation that's happening. There's determined, resourceful. There's a huge transformation. The Magician is pointing to the talent, capability, and resources at your disposal. The mind and the world are only reflections of one another. Remember that you are powerful and the outer world will follow. Yeah, I'm going to do a quick 3 here to pull out for you. We have coming in the reverse, justice, dishonesty, unfairness, accountability, and balance. So there's a sort of holding situation here for you that determined you to walk away. This is a definite employer mistake, possibly a legal matter, or something you didn't want to get yourself entangled with. And then we have the Fool. Yeah, see, new beginnings, innocence, beginner's luck. And so this Uranus and the air influence in the Fool is an extremely sudden change in your life here. So there was a sudden kind of at will here. So this employment, you ended it at will, you terminated yourself at will, voluntary quit, I'm hearing, in a very direct sense here. All right, this is all your decisions. And then we have the Empress and the Queen of Swords here. There was fertility, expression, stability, motherhood, abundance. So there was a lot of things that coming your way. You might have had a lot of outside influences, outside offers, but they weren't quite right. So you decided to kind of focus on your own abundance and start creating something for yourself, creating a new path for yourself. There's also some Venus and Earth energy. So Capricorn, it could be coming up between January as well. This is kind of in your past, but also pointing towards your future, that there's a lot of Earth influences coming up too. Knight of Swords, action, impulse, defense of beliefs, and ambition. So there could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here. But interesting that you have the Knight and the Queen of Swords. You're on a mission and there's no stopping you. The only problem is you may be too quick to take action and you're not planning. So keep that energy flowing, but be calculated. Don't trip over others on your way either. You may be careless of the feelings on your mission inadvertently. So try to remain empathetic. This in the past, you weren't empathetic towards the people that were pulling the wool over your eyes, so to speak. Past emotional experiences, you had kind of a sense of reminiscing, and you weren't forsaking your past. You had a good sense of right and wrong, is what I'm trying to say here, Sagittarius. You had a great sense of right and wrong, and you had a moral compass. So you did the right thing. Okay. Seeing the spiral and this ring here right now, there's a lot of future occurrences are like fated, destined for you. There's a full circle moment. Two of Cups, marriage, romantic love, unity, partnership, connection. So some sort of a union coming up, or in the past, in the recent past, that has made you reconsider a lot of things happening with your future. And you're more careful in planning now because you have mouths to feed, other people to help support in your family. That is a big deal. All right, let's pull some angel answer cards for you to look towards the future here. What is happening for Sag, and what do they need to know on this new road of happiness? This is emotional abundance, I'm seeing very clearly for you. But then there's still a lot of work to do as far as putting your career gains and skills into the right sector, into the right path. Trust. Okay, so trust is a huge issue here in your manifestations, your consciousness right now. There's trust in the way you conduct business matters. There's a lot of, I'm hearing, integrity is a huge issue for you. So you're too old for this, people trying to lie and scheme their way into your lives. You may have been disillusioned, so you're having trouble trusting others, I'm hearing as well. So this is a time for healing and working on trying to clear your mind so you can see clearly in the near future. So, okay, there's a lot of things coming up right now in the near future. I'm seeing maybe this is a union of, this could be a love relationship. This could be a business partnership. I'm seeing maybe more towards the personal life here for you, Sag. Perhaps with a Gemini as well. See, what else? Big happy changes. Yeah, so this doesn't get any clearer than the Jupiter, the MO, the modus operandi of Jupiter is big happy changes. It is the theme of your life. Recovery. All right, so you are healing here. There's a lot of new changes and new paths opening up, but you are taking the time for recovery. You're taking time off for yourself. Issues and months ahead. Tea leaf fortune here. We have Throne, a position of authority. Owning your own business, being your own CEO, could be also putting yourself in a position of authority. I'm seeing maybe some of you could be working in a government capacity, maybe city capacity, city council capacity. We have man, dealings of relationships with a man. Okay, so there could be a lot of male figures in your field right now. This male-dominated field could be in, the sciences or some sort of civil matters, be like computer sciences, technology, finance. wind chimes, peace and harmony, pointing towards, you know, reconciling with your past here, peace and harmony. There's also a lot of harmonious Two of Cups energy here. So I'm feeling that you are going to find that in terms of your personal life to be settled, feeling settled here. Pineapple, excellent. Reconciliation, just like I said. There's a full reconciliation. I'm not seeing this with the past ex, but this could be someone from your past coming back full circle, and maybe this was a fated connection that you were supposed to work together or supposed to live together. So take that as it resonates, but it's not for everybody. Just when can we expect these changes here? We have May. Like I said, spring is towards the beginning of spring. And then we're going to pull some of these, my own oracle here. Again, for the job seeking and currently either unemployed or still looking for some sort of answer in the next couple of months here. You're in kind of a holding pattern. What do we know for Sag here? We have ferry boat, June through October. Okay, so next summer, possibly, there could be some traveling ahead locally. Something to do with water. Perhaps a coastal influence here. Someone offering a job from either west or east coast here. 4 to 7 day trip. There's something to consider here for travel again. Business opportunity, a vacation. And then one more here. 2-week trip. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of traveling up ahead, and for you, Sag, this is great. You're in your home element in travel and expanding your personal horizons here. I'm seeing a lot of connections to be made, new connections, and this is possibly your ticket to the real, completely new path that you're taking as, you know, you're recovering, but you're also gaining back your trust and seeing the full picture here. So thank you for joining me here today, Sag, and if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe.